When you walk into a massive sports bar on a Sunday, you just see this giant wall of perfectly synchronized TVs. It looks almost like magic, right? Just pristine 4K video everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it feels totally effortless. Like they just plugged in a bunch of screens and, flipped a giant switch.
Right. But the reality behind the drywall is, well, a completely different story. It's this massive labyrinth of enterprise-grade hardware.
Yeah.
So today on our deep dive, we are looking at a stack of your sources, specifically a product page for a very specialized piece of equipment.
Yeah, the DVIGear Hyperlight HDMI cable from HDTV Supply.
Exactly. And the mission for us today is to look way beyond the specs of this one cable, to uncover the massive, invisible audiovisual infrastructure that actually powers places like those mega sports bars and even highly secure government facilities. So, okay, let's unpack this.
Well, understanding the single cable really unlocks the logic of the entire hidden ecosystem.
Because looking at the specs in these notes, I mean, this is definitely not your standard living room setup.
No, not at all. It is an active optical cable, or an AOC, and it stretches exactly 30 meters, so that is almost 100 feet of cord.
Wow. I mean, think about this standard 3-foot HDMI cable you have connecting like a streaming box in your living room.
Right, totally different beast.
Comparing that flimsy cord to this 100-foot optical cable is, honestly, it's like comparing a garden hose to a pressurized city water main.
That is a great way to put it. And what's fascinating here is why that difference is so necessary. Like traditional copper cables, they use electrical pulses to send information.
Right.
But the further those pulses travel, the more they face electrical resistance and electromagnetic interference.
Which is why cheap cords always glitch out. Right?
Exactly. If you try to push a massive amount of data like uncompressed 4K or 8K video over long distances using copper, the signal just degrades rapidly.
You get that awful flickering.
Yeah, flickering, dropped frames, or, just that dreaded black screen. But by converting that video signal into pulses of light, this cable completely bypasses electrical resistance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it sends that heavy data at the literal speed of light over 100 feet without losing a single pixel.
That's wild. But since absolutely no one is running 100 feet of optical cable in their living room, you kind of have to look at the enterprise vendor supplying this to figure out who actually buys it.
Right, which brings us to HDTV Supply.
Yeah, a company that's been a global AV hub for, what, a quarter of a century? And this DVIGear cable is just one tiny vein in their much larger Wolfpack line.
Right, the Wolfpack line, which features these modular matrix switchers.
And a matrix switcher is basically, it's like the digital traffic cop of the AV world.
Yeah, exactly, routing different video feeds to different screens.
Right. But the sources show their switchers can connect anywhere from 2 TVs up to a staggering 160 TVs. Wait, I mean 160 TVs? Who on earth needs to sync up that many screens simultaneously from one central hub?
I know, it sounds absurd until you really look at the sheer scale of their enterprise clients.
Okay, like who?
Well, these products are purpose-built for massive sports bar TV systems where they have to run dozens of individual DirecTV apps across like complex video wall controllers.
So every single game is visible at once.
Exactly. But it goes way beyond entertainment. HDTV Supply actually provides AV infrastructure for major government purchasing programs too.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Like federal agencies?
Yeah, we are talking about the federal GSA schedule, which is essentially, the government's official catalog for buying commercial tech at scale, and also NASA's CBP program, which is their massive IT procurement vehicle.
Oh, wow, NASA.
Yeah. So when a federal agency needs to route, say, high-definition telemetry or command center data to dozens of displays flawlessly, this is the exact ecosystem they rely on.
That makes perfect sense. And because these massive setups are literally critical infrastructure for those businesses and federal agencies, I mean, reliability is paramount. The hardware simply cannot fail.
Oh, absolutely not. The stakes are just too high.
And the sources point out some serious consumer trust metrics to back this up. I mean, HDTV Supply maintains a 4.7 out of 5.0 overall rating, with 96% of buyers giving a 4 or 5-star review.
That is huge.
Yeah, and that's based on well over 10,000 positive reviews.
Yeah.
But the hardware is really only half the battle. I noticed they heavily advertise a dedicated support line. It's a 833 Wolfpack.
Right, because in the enterprise IT world, having immediate troubleshooting on speed dial isn't just like a nice perk. It is a crucial selling point.
Definitely.
I mean, think about it. When you are running a 160-screen matrix during the biggest sporting event of the year or, routing live data at a government agency, you can't just unplug the router in 10 seconds to see if it fixes the glitch.
Yeah, you can't just jiggle the cord.
Exactly. The trust these organizations have comes just as much from knowing an expert will pick up the phone immediately as it does from the optical cables working perfectly out of the box.
So what does this all mean? I guess it means a single 100-foot optical HDMI cable isn't just a cord.
No, not at all.
It is just one small vein in the massive, complex Wolfpack AV nervous system that powers everything from your neighborhood sports bar to literally federal command centers.
Yeah, it completely reframes how you look at the digital displays around us every single day.
It really does. So the next time you are sitting in a sports bar watching 50 perfectly synchronized screens, maybe think about the miles of hidden optical cables and matrix switchers breathing life into the walls.
It's a lot of invisible tech.
It really makes you wonder, what other invisible technological infrastructures are silently running your daily entertainment experiences?